This is CBS 7 News at 6. Your eye on West Texas.
We hope every day that we wake up that today's the day she'll come home, but it's hard.
Almost 5 months after the disappearance of 13-year-old Haley Dunn, search parties continue their efforts and hold out hope.
There have been weekly searches conducted for Haley since she first went missing just after Christmas last year. City officials tell us even though there's not much new information being released, the criminal investigation is still very active.
2 officers have been assigned to handle only her case, and it's being worked on by city police and sheriff's officials. But with just 1 named suspect to the case and no arrests, is there any progress being made?
That's what Robert Guadarrama went to Colorado City to find out. Robert, give us the latest on what's happening in this case.
Jay Tatum, the Colorado City manager, tells me the case is strong. And so far, only Sean Atkins, Haley's mother's boyfriend, is the only name of interest.
Sometimes these cases will go on for months, and you'll get a trickle at a time, then all of a sudden everything will hit.
The investigation has been underway for 5 months into what really happened to Haley. City officials tell CBS 7 that they have not let up on the investigation.
We've left an officer on it, and we're going to continue to leave an officer on it for the indefinite future.
Camphor says there's one missing link.
You have to have a person or a body. You need to have physical evidence that something is occurred or not occurred to Haley. So we need to have Haley, and that's a big part of the case right now.
That's what search parties are trying to lend a hand in.
I wish that whoever possibly harmed Haley would just come forward and just get it off their chests. It is very hard to still have hope, but what keeps driving us is it could have been any one of our kids, and she's still missing.
Colorado City Police are just waiting for the final pieces to the puzzle.
We're waiting, for more information to develop related to not only Mr. Atkins, but of course anything that relates to finding Haley. They would like to build a better case or a bigger case or some aspect to really making sure that it's a slam dunk for prosecution.
Now, a few months ago, investigators say child pornography was found on a flash drive in connection to Sean Atkins. The city manager says the investigation into that case also continues and will be presented to a grand jury once completed. The search team continues to go out every Saturday in hope of finding Haley or information leading to her. In the studio, Robert Guadarrama, CBS 7 News.
Robert, thanks very much. The Colorado City Police Department is still offering a $15,000 reward for information leading to Haley. You can call them at 325-728-5294. This story continues to generate a lot of talk on our Facebook page on a daily basis. You can find a link to our page by going to our website at cbs7.com.
A 2008 murder case has finally ended with a life sentence. Ector County District Attorney Bobby Bland tells us a jury sentenced Billy Wayne Haynes to life in prison for murder and an additional 50 years for the engaging in criminal activity charge. Bland tells us the judge ruled for Haynes to serve the sentences consecutively. Haynes was found guilty of shooting Ray Valdez.
The rest of our stories are all new at 6 tonight. Those who voted for the incorporation of Gardendale are questioning this weekend's election. Dan Boggs, who ran for Gardendale North, says some votes may have been counted in the wrong election and therefore skewed the results. He says the map used by elections officials was wrong. Our calls to the elections office this afternoon were not returned.
With your eye on Big Spring tonight, voters have shown their approval for term limits for elected officials. Now, the same group who spearheaded that issue is working on another plan that could affect how cities make decisions.
CBS 7's Mayron Berkson spoke with a Concerned Citizens Council who are working on a way to give voters a say on everything the city council does. Mayron, what is this plan called?
Well, Jay, it's called the Initiative and Referendum. There are some cities around Texas that already have INR in place, and if approved, it would give Big Spring voters a big responsibility.
We're finally getting enough people that are sick and tired of the same old, same old.
After getting term limits for elected officials passed, the Concerned Citizens Council in Big Spring is working on a new plan to give voters the chance to affect the city's decisions.
Any ordinance the city council passes, any resolution, any kind of spending, all of that would be subject to review by the citizens.
And according to the CCC, this issue was a long time coming.
We've made a great step in the right direction with term limits. Over the past few years, we've seen several instances where the city council is not necessarily acting in concert with the wishes of the citizens.
After a controversial decision by the council, the concerned citizens decided something should be done.
The recent water park project, a lot of citizens were very much opposed to that project. They did not let the citizens vote on that. And as a result, they raised taxes to do it.
But in the end, it's all up to the voters.
The bottom line is, it's the citizens' money. It's the citizens' property. It's the citizens' city.
Now, if approved, the initiative and referendum will be up to the voters in the 2013 elections. For now, reporting live in the newsroom with your eye on Big Spring, Mayron Berkson, CBS 7 News.
Mayron, thanks very much. A woman is dead after a bad car crash during the lunchtime traffic in Odessa today. Witnesses flooded our newsroom after calls after seeing this crash on University and Tanglewood. 63-year-old Martha Hazelwood, according to police, was attempting to turn onto University when they say she failed to stop at the red light, was hit by another car. Hazelwood ran into a pole and her car landed on its top in a yard. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the other car was taken to the hospital.
2 men injured in an oil field accident have been released from the hospital. Officials with Midland Memorial Hospital tell us Johnny Trevino and Joel Baeza were treated and released. Sergio Torres was taken to Lubbock, where he is now listed in stable condition. OSHA tells us they started an investigation on Friday and they have 60 days to file a report.
It was a breezy start to the work week with some very seasonal temperatures outside. Can we expect a cool off for tonight?
Let's check in right now with our weather director, Craig Stewart, who has a look outside. Craig?
Tatum J, like you said, a little breezy out there, but pretty nice conditions, a little warmer than what we saw over the weekend. The weather headlines for you: mostly sunny, a breezy start. We've already said that to your work week, mostly sunny. It is going to be remaining breezy on Tuesday. There's also a red flag warning in place for your Tuesday as well. Mostly clear to clear skies tonight, right around 75, 76 at 10 o'clock in the winds. There's still going to be a little breezy out there out of the southeast at about 10 to 15. Coming up in just a bit, we'll let you know about the red flag warning. We'll let you know just how windy you can expect it for your Tuesday.
Craig, thanks very much. West Texas water usage for the month of April is reported to be average for the entire month. The Colorado River Municipal Water District tells CBS 7 they're happy with April's numbers. This is coming after the CRMWD reported that water usage for the month of March was at a 5-year high. They say Stanton and Snyder were the only 2 cities that went above their monthly average. Last week, the city of Odessa reported a 5 million gallon overage for water use in one day.
A local professor will be featured in a documentary about the 1960s civil rights movement. UT Permian Basin professor Derek Katzum wrote a book about the Freedom Riders, activists who rode interstate buses into the southern U.S. to test the Supreme Court decision that made segregation on public buses illegal. PBS will air a 2-hour documentary about the Freedom Riders tonight at 8 o'clock. It also features Dr. Katzum as the main interview.
It's mostly just a comprehensive history of the Freedom Rides and the attempt to integrate interstate transportation. So it covers more than just the event in 1961. It covers a much broader swath.
The movie features testimony from the riders themselves, government officials, as well as journalists who witnessed the rides firsthand.
Families are still rebuilding their lives after wildfires destroyed dozens of homes throughout West Texas.
CBS 7 Shannon Murray joins us now from Midland County, where some people are doing whatever it takes to get by. Shannon?
It might look like we're standing in a bus, but we're actually standing in someone's home. Lance Bonk, he lost everything in the devastating wildfires here in Midland County, and now he's had this bus donated to him by a friend for him to live in for now while he's trying to rebuild his life. And although he is so grateful to have a place to stay, to have a roof over his head, unlike some, but there are still a lot of problems, as you can see here. He might have a sink, but there is no water. As you can see, nothing's coming out there, and he's just doing what he can to get by right now. And it could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been anyone suffering a loss like this because of a natural disaster that nobody really could predict or control. And that's why we're encouraging everyone to donate their time or money, anything they can, really to help these families who are just trying to rebuild their lives and clean up what's left of their homes. For now, reporting in Midland County, Shannon Murray, CBS 7 News.
Shannon, thanks very much. Are the seasonal temperatures we've been seeing lately going to stick around, or are there changes on the way? Craig Stewart is back after the break. He'll take a look at your 7-day forecast.
And later, it's always exciting when a new business opens in the Permian Basin. We'll take you to 2 openings that offer something new for the entire family. But first, here's a look at those who have generously donated to our CBS 7 Help Your Neighbor Fund to aid the Red Cross in ongoing wildfire relief efforts.
We are challenging you to help us to get to the goal of $250,000. The address you can send your checks to will appear in just a moment. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
If you're east, maybe a chance of rain.
Well, they
I
need
hope
share it
somebody
with us.
gets it. Yeah, well, I mean, we need it here, but as long as some areas get it, that's good news.
All right, Craig, thanks very much.
New places to shop and new places to eat keep popping up in the Permian Basin.
A look at 2 new businesses that have opened their doors. It's coming up after the break. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas. A brand new business inside Music City Mall can help you deck out your children in the latest fashions. The Children's Place is now open for business. The popular children's clothing store offers high-quality clothes for newborns and up. The store is in the old Toys R Us Express location and opens after about 3 months of construction.
And many are excited about a new place to eat in West Texas. Freebird's World Burrito opens tomorrow in Midland, but today they were helping provide relief to the victims of the fires across the basin. Freebird's partnered with the American Red Cross of Southwest Texas to dance and serve food. The first 250 guests enjoyed complimentary food and drinks in exchange for a $5 donation to the American Red Cross. The new restaurant is located on North Loop 250 in Midland behind Academy. By the way, for the opening tomorrow, the first 25 guests in line will get a free burrito for a year.
That one burrito might last you a year.
Those are pretty big, aren't they? Yeah.
Those are big. Brian Wilkerson joins us now. Baron Batch is a kind of a hometown hero these days.
That's right, and he's adding to that. He's got this local auction. We'll talk about that, as well as a Lady Howard Hawks are also getting ready for the national tournament.
One last look at the forecast.
7-day forecast. It is going to be breezy, warming up tomorrow. Red flag warning in effect from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. 92 breezy on Wednesday. It looks like it's going to be windy Friday and windy again on Monday. Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, evening, an isolated thunderstorm, slight possibility. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Craig, thanks very much. Entertainment Tonight is coming up next.
You make it a great evening.